It's nice and blue.
Cool. All right, we were just talking about Reese's nut. Let's get into things.
Apparently, he's got some baby blue, turquoise, teal testicles going on over there. Testically.
My nuts are the same color as this XL package.
And they smell as good as that, too?
Shout out.
And they taste as good as that, too.
We're going to get demonetized. All right, we had some boxing this weekend. Let's get into the Chisora versus Parker card. I caught the fight this morning, actually. I watched it. So you guys were talking. You were scoring it differently while I was driving. I seen you guys scoring it differently. So let's talk about that. What did you think of the fight first, Reese?
Whoa. We're not going to talk about the undercard?
Oh,
yeah. It's true.
Katie Taylor?
There's like 3 or 4 fights that were solid, like names you'd want to watch. Like, Reese, tell me about the Chris Eubank Jr. fight, because I didn't catch it. But how do you look?
Oh, he looked real good. He looked a lot more patient. Probably could have stopped Morrison in the second round, but he wanted to get rounds. He literally said he needed rounds, so he took his foot, didn't take it off the gas pedal, but he didn't finish him off. He just basically worked on things that him and Roy were training.
So
yeah,
it went good. Was it 10 or 12?
It was 10. He won a unanimous decision.
Okay. Did Morrison win any rounds?
Yeah, he won like 2 or 3 on the judges' scorecards. Morrison had a few good moves. That guy's actually a good fighter. He's good. I don't know. He's ranked really low for some reason, but he's good, man.
Yeah. So a lot of people in on the other side of the pond were touting Craig Richardson. Craig Richards is the best light heavyweight domestically over there. He was taking on Dimitri Bivol for the WBA title. Tell me about how that fight went.
I honestly only caught like the last 5 to 6 rounds, and even then I had to do a couple things, so I only saw like probably 4 total full rounds. He did all right, but he was clearly down on the cards. It seemed like I didn't score it, but it sounded like he was down on the cards, and he didn't really seem like he had any sort of urgency. And no, he's not the best domestic light heavyweight. Lyndon Arthur's the best light heavyweight in Britain, and he's not only a domestic fighter now, he's a world-level fighter now. So give him some respect just because he fights for Frank Warren. Shove it up your ass, Eddie Hearn. Craig Richards isn't the best domestic light heavyweight. Neither is Joshua Buatsi, okay? Or Callum.
I'm going to tag that in Instagram. That was a great post, Reese. I love it.
Okay. So the first fight that I caught on the card was Campbell Hatton. So I tuned in late, but I thought I was going to catch either the Eubank or Bivol fight, but Campbell Hatton gets the Coco feature, which was kind of weird. He's 1-0, fighting a 4-rounder against some guy who was like 0-3 or something. And oh, my bad. Sorry. He was egg and 4. So Campbell Hatton is not very good. He's not a good fighter. He's not his dad, and he'll never be a world champion. I'm telling you that right now.
He's 20 years old, man. He's a fucking baby in the game.
You can see there's no potential there, man. I'm telling you.
I think there's potential. He's pretty athletic. He's strong. Looks like he got some power. He's got good trainers behind him. He's learning on the job. He doesn't really have an amateur career.
No technique. Gassed after 2 rounds. No, there's nothing there.
Doesn't anyone at 20 years old have potential, though?
I understand what you're saying, Marshall, but like, I get it. I wasn't impressed by him, but he's only 20 years old. It's his second fight, man. Give him a little bit. Give him a little time.
Okay, Hitman Jr., if you make me eat my words, I'll fly over there and watch one of your fights.
Oh, shit. I'll come.
All right. Co-main event, Katie Taylor was taking on Natasha Jonas for the Undisputed Lightweight Championship. This was a war. What a fight.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. That was just back and forth. Honestly, the hardest shots of the fight, in my opinion, were landed by Jonas. But Taylor's work was more consistent, and she was just more consistent throughout the fight and landed more. So it was the right decision. Taylor deserved the decision, but Jonas was game as hell, man.
Yeah, I had it 6 rounds to 4. It could have been 5 apiece. I just thought that last round, Taylor edged it with activity. But again, Natasha Jones landed the bigger shots in that 10th round. So she easily could have got the nod there too. I think if she had started her body work early, she definitely would have got the nod because those body shots were just vicious and they were slowing her down big time. You could tell she was the better puncher of the two. I would like to see a trilogy fight. I want to see them fight again.
Oh, because they fought in the amateurs?
Yeah, well, they were calling it the trilogy, so I'd like to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would see. I would watch it again. Definitely.
Definitely go back and watch that fight because I know your goofy ass smiling dumb face there didn't see that fight.
Shave your goatee.
Okay. War Derek Chisora took on Joseph Parker. Brady, tell me about what you thought because you watched it this morning.
It was close. Honestly, I could have seen either way. Reese scored it or you scored it. It was just a close fight. They both had their moments, but I did score it 7-5 for Parker.
Yeah, I scored it the exact same way. So you had 7-5 Parker. So you had Parker by 1 point because of the knockdown.
Yeah, and Parker came on late, right?
Yeah. That's fair.
I scored it 6-5 and 1 even for Chisora.
It could have went either way. It wouldn't have been a robbery.
Yeah, people calling robberies ridiculous, but the 116-111 for Parker's not realistic at all.
But
a robbery is when a fighter clearly wins and they take it away from him. That fight there was so many. It was probably like 8 to 9 rounds that could have went either way.
If you want to see a robbery, watch Timothy Bradley versus Pacquiao. That's a robbery. And there's silence.
This guy's a hater.
Did you hear that, Reese? It was a desert storm.
I love Tim Bradley.
I love Tim Bradley too, but it was a robbery.
So this is what they're talking about running it back. I don't really want to see them fight again, to be honest with you. It was a solid fight, but I'd rather see them do different things.
What? What else are they gonna do?
There's so many ready to fight right now, though.
Dude, what about I'd like to Derek Chisora take on Oscar Rivas, man. I've been wanting this fight for years.
That'd be a good fight. That'd be a really good fight. I think Chisora will win that. But it could go to.
I don't know. I like Parker versus Ruiz.
Again?
Parker would win that.
Yeah, run it back.
Parker wins that again, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. But do you want to talk about the card that happened? And I missed the card because I didn't think it was coming on so early, and then I was working, so it sucked. But I did catch the Ruiz fight.
I didn't catch any of it. I didn't see any of that card.
No?
None.
So you were watching the UFC?
Yeah, but I caught the highlights of the Lara fight because it was a first round knockout. So I mean, like, who was the dude that Lara was fighting in the co-main event?
Was trash. They were all one-sided fights who you knew was going to win the fight, other than maybe one. So
Arizlandi Lara moved up the middle. He was taking on some guy Lamina. I don't know his first name. No one cares. It was for the vacant WBA regular title. So now he's a 2-weight world champion. But why not Eubank versus Lara now at middleweight?
Yeah, good. Please, Eubank, destroy everything that Al Heyman has to offer.
You don't like Arizlandi Lara, eh?
I don't mind them. I just like those guys over there at PBC. They don't seem to fight anybody. They only seem to fight guys that PBC has, and only thing PBC has is welterweights. So if you're not at welterweight, you don't fight anybody.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. So Lara did win by the KO round 1.
First round knockout. This guy must have been, I don't know. I think he took a dive, to be honest.
And it's pretty bad because if you think about it, Arizlandi Lara, if I'm right, isn't known for his knockouts.
Oh, he's not a big puncher.
Yeah, so he's more of a counter puncher. So, yeah, that's weird.
You know what it was? It was those 6 pounds he gained coming up in weight, man. He's just packing on he's taking the stuff Dana White's on. Now he's just knocking people out.
He's eating all the Twinkies and Joe Louis.
Sure. Anyways, did anyone catch the main event?
Yes, I did.
No, I just saw a couple of highlights. I wasn't paying for that shit.
The knockdown, I'll just talk about the knockdown. It wasn't even a huge knockdown. Like, he dropped kind of to a knee. I don't know.
It was just like Flash knockdown. But yeah, it was a knockdown.
Shout out to Ruiz though for losing all that weight. He made Marshall eat his words.
He lied to me about it once, and then he came in at a record high 283 pounds. Why would I believe this guy?
Anyway,
I still think he should lose like another 20 to 30.
Oh, for sure.
So tell me about the fight, Brady. Talk about the fight, please.
It wasn't that entertaining, honestly. I thought Ruiz probably won, I don't know, most 8 rounds, I'd say. So, but it just wasn't an entertaining fight. You could clearly see that Ruiz won the fight, though. Do you agree, Reese?
I really didn't even watch it, man. Like, I couldn't find a stream of it, and I wasn't going to pay for a card that should be on free TV.
That's
so,
true.
You know, it was by box rec, it was a number 5 ranked heavyweight versus like the number 83. What the fuck? And that's a pay-per-view?
It's a pay-per-view because Disney has rights to Up, and when they have the kid from Up fighting, they need to sell it for a pay-per-view, right?
Oh, next time he should come to the ring with balloons hanging from his back on a fucking chair.
Come out with like Freddie Roach looking like the old man off Up.
Well, why did we have 2 Mexicans from The Biggest Loser competing in a ring? I don't understand.
It was a horrible pay-per-view.
Chris Arreola has actually been in solid shape lately, man. Like for the last few years of his career. Better shape now than he was in his prime.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He definitely was. But he still got
I like Chris Arreola. I do. I like that guy. I do.
He's just got the residual titties, though. So, I mean, I can still mess with him.
But anyway, we're talking too much about this fight, I think.
Okay, what next for Andy Ruiz? What does he do now?
Parker rematch. I already said it.
Fight Wilder.
It has to be.
You want him dead?
I don't know, though. It's just like Wilder has no heart, obviously. He's got no balls. He has no mental strength. I don't like I think he might just be mentally done. You might put him in there with Harry Potter and he might get fucked by the magic wand. Honestly.
Oh God. Beep.
The magic wand of Deontay Wilder, or I don't know what we're talking about. Anyways, Deontay Wilder's wand would put this guy to sleep. Let's be real.
Probably, to be honest, but still, everyone knows he's got no balls now. You push him back, he's gonna make excuses if you beat him. I think he might just be mentally done. Either he knocks Ruiz out with just a hard shot, or he's just mentally gone.
That being said, Ruiz does have heart, so
he does. He's got a good chin too.
So
okay,
anyway.
So that's what we got to say about that. Now let's get on to some real fights. You know, we have the pound for pound number 1, Canelo Álvarez, taking on Billy Joe Saunders for a title unification fight. Brady.
Yeah. So there's no undercard that's worth mentioning?
No, I was looking at it. Nothing.
Okay, let's break this down for the people. If you don't know Canelo, he's Canelo. Anyway.
Tilt your camera, I can't see your face.
Oh, you want to see my face, darling? All right.
Hey.
This show's getting weird.
Give me a breakdown.
See, Canelo has a chin, and Billy Joe Saunders doesn't I don't feel he can actually knock him out, and he can't outbox Canelo. So I just don't think there's much happening in this fight for that's going to affect Canelo. Like, what is Billy Joe going to do to him?
Yeah, so everyone across the pond is saying, "Oh, Billy's got the style to beat a Canelo. He's got this." If you go back to 2013, whatever it was, yeah, he got outboxed by Floyd. He got outboxed by Erislandy Lara, and he was getting outboxed by Austin Trout. But
I thought he won that fight against Lara.
Back then, he comes forward. He has a better jab. His head movement's improved. We're not looking at this kid, this 22, 23-year-old kid. He wants the same guy. He is going to put Billy on his back foot and hurt this guy bad. Okay, Reese, what do you have to say?
Go ahead, Brady.
One thing is that I've gained a lot of respect for Canelo after you know me, I hate Canelo. Well, not hate, but I'm just not the biggest fan, but I can respect a good boxer. But I did not think he would outbox, it was Callum Smith? And when he took him to unanimous decision, that proved that he could beat Billy Joe. Because, I don't know, he beat a bigger guy who's just like...
Better than Billy Joe.
Exactly.
Callum Smith is better than Billy Joe. And he punches way harder.
Yeah.
And he's bigger. Billy Joe, yeah, he's solid. He's a solid fighter. This is a great fight because Billy Joe's got a title, and he's one of the best super middleweights in the world. But it's just... It doesn't really matter who you put in there. It's probably not going to be competitive if it's against Canelo. At least at super middleweight, I don't see anyone who could test him. So I see Billy Joe getting stopped between 9 and 11 probably. Yeah, I think Canelo's going to slip, get inside, body work all night long, and he's just going to break him down and body work, come upstairs, body work, come upstairs. And after a while, Billy Joe, his foot speed and his movement's going to slow down, because he's getting pressured all night and getting tagged to the body all night, and you're just going to get put to sleep or just TKO'd. I don't think Billy has anything. You can't keep him off. He has no power. He couldn't even hurt like a almost 40-year-old, what's the dude's name? Matthew Macklin. Was it Mac? No, it wasn't Macklin. It was, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The guy who lost Martin Murray, yeah.
Billy Joe has gotten progressively worse over the years, in my opinion. And over his last couple fights, he's looked worse, even though he's winning.
Here's my thing. We've seen Canelo deal with dudes that have better jabs than Billy Joe Saunders. Look at Gennady Golovkin has one of the best jabs in boxing, and Billy Joe is known as an elite jabber. We've seen Canelo deal with guys that are better slick fighters than Billy Joe, Erislandy Lara, and Canelo beat them. So I don't know what we have here. What do we have?
He didn't beat Mayweather, sorry, but he fought a guy with a good jab. Yeah, I know. It's a great fight because it unifies 3 belts and it's 2 of the top super middleweights in the world. But one is just not even close to the same talent level. It's just a different type of... You got all-time great versus a very good fighter of today.
And that's the problem that people forget. There's times where fighters fight, like you got Roy Jones, you got Muhammad Ali. There's fighters of periods of times where there's good fighters and there's great fighters, and these people are just going to run through the good fighters, and that's what makes them great.
Yeah, there's nobody that could test Canelo at that weight right now.
The unfortunate situation here is... Sorry, if I said that he beat Mayweather, I meant to say he beat Lara. But the unfortunate situation here is Canelo is in a division with guys that are very good, but there's no one great except for a guy who might be great in David Benavidez, who lost his title because of things that him missing weight and whatnot. If David Benavidez still had that title, we would be seeing Canelo fight a potentially great fighter. It's unfortunate that's not going to happen. Maybe we'll see Caleb Plant step up and show some balls we haven't seen him have yet and fight Benavidez, and then we'll see that fight.
I still think he would stop Benavidez too, honestly.
I'm thinking that Marshall's is saying, I said Andrade for some reason.
Benavidez is very good.
Benavidez is the only person who could give him a problem.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. I take my word. He would test him. That's the only super middleweight that would probably test Canelo.
For sure.
Caleb Plant ain't testing shit.
No.
You're not?
So, final prediction, Brady?
Canelo unanimous decision.
Yeah, okay. Reese?
Canelo, I'll say stoppage, 10th round stoppage.
I'm going to say Canelo dropped Yildirim in their last fight, right? Canelo's last fight?
Yeah. Stopped him in what the...
Oh, dropped, not stopped, dropped.
Oh.
Yeah, he dropped him with the right hand.
Yeah, but he stopped on a stool, though. It's not like he stopped in the ring.
No, I'm pretty sure he dropped him with the right hand in the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but then he stopped on his stool. He didn't stop him inside, during the fight. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so he dropped him. So we have seen Canelo drop dudes lately. He didn't drop.
Sorry.
I think that Billy goes the distance. I think Billy's gonna be on his back foot. He's gonna try to minimize the fight. He's not gonna try to fight as much as he can. He's gonna try to survive rounds. I think Canelo will beat him unanimous decision.
Yeah, those are good calls too.
Yeah, it'll be close.
Anything else you guys want to talk about box related before we get out of here?
No. Check out our next video. Will be the UFC card if you're into that thing.
Hold on. I want to talk about something real quick. So news dropped today on former Puerto Rican amateur standout Felix Verdejo. He's a top-ranked prospect. He was highly touted coming out of the Olympics. he had a little stumble in his career, then a motorcycle accident, and then he was starting to rebuild, and he had a fight against Nakatani actually about a year ago, and Nakatani stopped him late.
6 months ago. I think it was in December.
Okay, so he had a fight recently with Nakatani, and what was one of the Fight of the Year contenders, very good fight. And Nakatani stopped him late, and now he was on the decline again. I don't know if he's going to rebuild, but anyways, the rumors are showing that he may have murdered his ex or his pregnant girlfriend, had her kidnapped. It's not looking good for him. I'm not going to sit here and say anything until we find more details. I just wanted to put that on the radar, on everybody's radar, all of our fans and listeners.
And we'll get him on the show.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's messed up, man. But
rest in peace to her and the baby. And I hope, I don't know, everyone pray for their family, I guess.
It's fucked.
That's horrible.
It's horrible. But we got Canelo versus Saunders this weekend, and we'll be coming right to you guys with some UFC predictions, so stay tuned. We're out.
I got to get pissed first.